morning of Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban, South Africa carried out a rice distribution in Botswana. We learned how Tzu Chi volunteers in Malaysia helped a scholarship recipient and her family. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Helen L. Thank you for joining us. Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban, South Africa, set out on their 9th visit to Botswana to carry out a rice distribution. Thanks to the help of a local Taiwanese businessman, the distribution was carried out smoothly and without a hitch. Prior to their departure for Botswana, the Tzu volunteers first organized a tea gathering in Primrose, Johannesburg, in hopes of recruiting more volunteers.
The more suffering they witness, the more determined they are to make it their mission to recruit more living bodhisattvas.
We need more volunteers to do the community.
Before setting out for Botswana, Durban's Zulu volunteers first arrived in Primrose, Johannesburg, where they held a community tea gathering to spread Tzu Chi's ideals. Volunteers also appealed to residents to always keep the environment clean, just as it is important to keep their hearts free of afflictions.
You know, if I clean, then I send somebody make the label, then we can make the ground for the children, for the soccer team. Is that we can do a lot of things in that ground.
In order to introduce Tzu Chi to more people, volunteers need to ensure that they are familiar with the Master's Dharma. Hence, they always cherish the opportunity to recharge their spiritual batteries by watching the Master's daily sermon. The distance between South Africa and Botswana is 1,500 kilometers by car. To make their journey a little less bland, volunteers always come up with new Tzu Chi songs which remind them of their mission and initial aspiration.
When we sing about our President is Babalaba, it's just because she is a rainbow. All the nations are there. All the colors is there. That's why I said Uma Balabala means that Master consists of so many different countries, so many of different nations. That's why you are saying Uma Balabala, rainbow.
Upon the volunteers' arrival in Botswana, there to greet and assist them with the distribution was local Taiwanese businessman Lin Xiangyan, who transported the rice to the venue with his company truck. Thanks to the help of Ling and his staff members, the distribution was carried out successfully and without a hitch.
In the United States, more than 400 Tzu Chi volunteers and Dharma masters of the Jingsi boat recently gathered at Silicon Valley to join the unveiling ceremony of the Tzu Chi Northern California chapter ground. To celebrate the relocation of the Tzu Chi Northern California chapter ground, Dharma masters from Hualien's Jingsi boat and more than 400 Tzu Chi volunteers gathered to attend an unveiling ceremony.
I'm deeply moved by all Tzu Chi sisters and brothers' thoughtfulness. Many of them put aside their busy work schedule to join the unveiling ceremony of the Tzu Chi Northern California chapter ground.
I still remember that the volunteers had just purchased the property when I was here 6 years ago. Keeping in mind the concept of being frugal, the volunteers here decided to rebuild this Tzu Chi chapter ground by themselves. This was a large-scale project. The master was very concerned about the volunteers' safety, so she decided to let the volunteers rebuild it.
The space arrangement inside the building wasn't that great. Now it is very spacious and tidy. I believe everyone can feel the thoughtfulness of the construction team when they come into the building. It is not easy to build a cultivation ground here in Silicon Valley. Seeing what we have achieved today makes me believe that we can do many great things here in Northern California in the near future.
感恩戏骨阿嬷
I want to thank Tzu Chi volunteer Ling Wang Shouqing for guiding all the volunteers here. With her support, Tzu Chi started to flourish in Northern California. This cultivation ground will need the love and support of each and every one of you.
With that power, with that strength, we can build anything. After this building, what we need to do is to fill in the building with love. And I'm sure everyone can do that.
To better help disaster victims during its relief missions, the Tzu Chi Foundation has been coming up with some very innovative products. Several of these products have been recognized by the international community. We're going to take you to the China Good Design Award in Xiamen, China, and the IENA Fair in Nuremberg, Germany, to see how Tzu Chi's innovations fared.
Combining green technology and wisdom, the Jingzi portable bed can be easily assembled and also put away.
When the disaster is over and evacuated residents can go home from emergency shelters, these items won't go to waste. They can be packed up and taken home.
The bed, which has already won numerous international awards for its innovative design, has once again been recognized at the 2015 IENA in Nuremberg, Germany.
Is Marshall Xiao from Buddhist Compassion Relief Tzu Chi Foundation.
The foldable table and chairs, sleep box, and its packaging. These three items won the gold award. The retractable tent cap for mosquito net tent got a silver award.
These products, designed for disaster relief, have allowed the 36 countries participating in the trade fair to witness Tzu Chi's capacity for innovation for the sake of those in need. In Xiamen, China, the first ever China Good Design Award is being held at the International Conference and Exhibition Center. A total of 333 products are being exhibited, including 4 items from Tzu Chi's Jingzi product lines. Again, the Jingzi portable bed has been recognized once again.
Some ideas may look, wow, that's nice, but when you use it, it's terrible. So it's nice to see some products that actually, number one, work for people.
And it gives the bed, and also you can sit on here. You can use it as a table, and also we use the recycled material. So this is a really a good example what we can do for the people in trouble.
People are especially impressed that the Jingzi product lines are all made from recycled materials.
It's amazing that these items are made from recycled materials. It's already a great feat to recycle. This is truly awesome.
The Jingzi bed has already won the Red Dot Award in Germany in 2014 and has served wonderfully in Tzu Chi's international relief missions. The bed's packaging has also won recognition and will be awarded later.
October 29th marks the 3-year anniversary of Hurricane Sandy, the powerful storm that devastated many parts of New York. To continue their assistance for Sandy survivors, recently Tzu Chi New York chapter joined hands with Rebuilding Together, a non-profit organization, to install solar-powered outdoor lights for 50 households in Staten Island. In 2012, Hurricane Sandy struck the eastern United States with strong winds and rain. Although 3 years have passed, Staten Island, New York is still recovering from the devastating storm.
So we will be here for the full recovery, whether it takes 8 years, 10 years, 12 years. We'll still be working here.
Look this up. Your whole life will change.
Tzu Chi New York chapter partnered up with Rebuilding Together, a non-profit organization, to help install solar-powered outdoor light for 50 households in Staten Island.
We can see the sun is over there right now. It's about 10:30 in the morning. So we want to angle it this way, and it'll catch the sun's rays throughout the morning.
Although the infrastructures have been rebuilt and lives have returned to normal, fear of the storm still lingers in the hearts of many.
Just last week I had somebody walk by into the backyard, 1 a.m. I was afraid to get out, and I couldn't really see. We have a light over there, but yeah, this part is not really well lit.
While helping Fran install the outdoor light, Tzu Chi volunteers told her that the organization handed out 5,000 cash cards in Staten Island following the storm. Fran immediately told the volunteers that she was one of the recipients who received the help from the organization in 2012.
Okay, we really appreciate it, you guys. Very, very helpful. The $600, I put it towards a washer and dryer, and it was very much appreciated. I'm here over 20 years, and this is the first time I've ever gotten any water, you know, so every time you hear a bad storm, next time I will run.
Reach out to our people.
In the years to come, Tzu Chi will continue to work with Rebuilding Together to assist those affected by Hurricane Sandy on the road to recovery.
Hey, so everything's installed.
Next, we meet Nur Elisa Diana Haram from Malacca, Malaysia, who was awarded Tzu Chi's New Shoe Scholarship for her outstanding character. 11-year-old Nur Elisa has a learning disability, and through Tzu Chi's home visitations, volunteers had discovered that her father is a stroke victim. Let's see how the volunteers extended their assistance to help Nur Elisa and her family.
If possible, you should check into the hospital to begin your rehabilitation. Suffering from a stroke 2 years ago, Nur Elisa's father didn't receive treatment immediately due to a lack of money. But now that his child is receiving Tzu Chi's scholarship, the family's financial problems are also being alleviated. Knowing that they face such hardships, it is our duty to help them. Nur Elisa Diana Harun is a keen learner at school. However, as she suffers from a learning disability, her teachers turn to Tzu Chi for help.
The volunteers sent the school a New Shoe Scholarship application form, and all I did was simply apply on her behalf. Now you're here to help her. Her teacher said she will continue to help her until the application is approved. I thank the heavens for this assistance. Though she is unable to do well in her studies, Nur Elisa shines in school through her good behavior, and thus was nominated as a recipient of the 2015 Tzu Chi New Shoe Scholarship in the Moral Character category. When we forget our book bags, she will bring them to us.
She doesn't have any problems getting along with her classmates or participating in school activities. She's an outgoing student. She just struggles a bit with her studies.
Tzu Chi's scholarship program not only brings out the best in students together with local schools, it is also helping poor but deserving students on their path of education. Next, meet another winner of this year's 10 Outstanding Young Persons Award, Zhen Meiling. Upon graduation from university, Zhen decided to return to her hometown in Guangfu Township, Hualien, and join the Good Shepherd Social Welfare Services. This is Zhen Meiling. When she graduated from university at 21, she decided to return to her hometown in Hualien's Guangfu Township and got a job at the Good Shepherd Social Welfare Services, where she has been serving her tribesmen for the past 20 years. She is a very loving person and is always ready to give of herself. She knows she can get a better pay if she chooses to work in Taipei, but she told me that she wants to serve her own tribesmen and make a difference in indigenous communities. In 1995, Good Shepherd Social Welfare Services established a service center in Guangfu Township to support indigenous women and children. And at the recommendation of her tribe, Zhen decided to join Good Shepherd the following year and was among the organization's first group of social workers in the area. The entire journey has really been a roller coaster ride. Although it has been filled with ups and downs, I never gave up, partly because of the support I received from my church members and people from my tribe. They're always willing to lend a hand, and it is because of their willingness and enthusiasm to help that I never felt alone on this path. winner of the 10 Outstanding Young Persons Award, Tzu has made the Tapalan tribe proud with her glorious achievement. Similarly, her tribe's faith and belief in her is what has kept Tzu going all these years.
There are too many people in society who rely on welfare. I am merely doing my job to the best of my ability and ensuring that our warmth and aid reaches the hands of our recipients. I am just doing my job.
Having worked with troubled youths and women who were victims of abuse in the past, Tzu later went on to head the Hualien branch of Good Shepherd. Like her tribal name Chiha, which means light suggests, Tzu is like a lighthouse to her team.
She hopes to be that light to illuminate the dark corners of her tribe. She hopes that this light will continue to shine so that people may find their way home and be a beacon of hope to others.
Tzu's perseverance and commitment to her people and tribe for the past 2 decades have brought prospects of a better future to Guangfu.
建立在救人救邻的工作的价值上。
良善心谦的引光者。
Continuing on this year's 10 Outstanding Young Person series, we meet 39-year-old Lin Yongxiang from Taichung. Lin is now the general manager of a successful biomedical company, and he also actively donates to schools in isolated townships to help give young people a chance at success.
This assembly line that produces herbal supplements continuously is only a very small part of this biochemical company, which has increased its revenue by 50 times in 8 years, thanks to its general manager, Lin Yongxiang. Not even yet 40 years old, Lin left home because of the 9/21 earthquake.
My home sat right above a fault, so it was seriously affected. But because of that, I was forced to leave Taichung and find a way to make a living.
Before Lin left Taichung, he majored in plant biology at the National Zhongxin University, but he mostly spent his time in the library and read up on business-related books.
I realized that I was especially interested in business biographies, which led me to where I am today.
Determined to do something for Taiwan, Lin was able to extract special ingredients found in indigenous plants and created herbal care products that are now sold in 35 countries.
We implement quality control right from the source. We implement product traceability and only buy from the right suppliers.
To Lin, his employees, who average only around 30 years old, are the keys to unlocking the company's creativity and potential.
When you look at young people nowadays, they have become more stable over the past few years. By placing them in the right positions, we allow them to do what they are good at. Only then can you continue to propel your company forward in terms of technology and business.
He is really lively and very willing to give young people a chance. As you can see, people working here are young, and he will actually listen to what we have to say.
By respecting his employees and sharing social responsibilities, Lin became one of this year's 10 Outstanding Young Persons. He wants to prove that young people can make a difference and shine internationally if they have a dream.
Help yourself succeed and get used to succeeding. Then you can do anything.
Staying in Taiwan, we meet 10-year-old Xie Jingshu. Xie says that her grandmother was once worried that adopting a meat-free diet was bad for her health and wanted her to stop. However, Xie remains firm in her decision to go vegetarian and later even inspired her grandma to follow suit. Going vegetarian is good for our body and can slow down global warming. We should not eat meat because animals have parents and can feel pain too.
Jingshu is a very active and outgoing child. She is always willing to reach out with a helping hand if needed and doesn't make a fuss when given tasks to do.
I am a vegetarian, however, my physique and strength are just as good as the others. My grandmother used to tell me that adopting a meat-free diet is bad for me, but now she doesn't say that anymore. Now my grandmother and I both enjoy eating meatless dishes. I used to have a pet mouse. I was so happy when I got it and even gave it bath. When my pet mouse passed away, my sister and I were so sad. We decided to recite the Earth Treasury Sutra on its behalf.
这个菜啊，你如果剥很多的话，会浪费掉。只要这个头而已。有时候我带她去。
When I take my daughter to the traditional market, she'll see fish and meat because it's impossible to avoid them. She'll tell me, "Mommy, I feel bad for the animals. Can we walk other streets?"
它们好痛哦，我不要走这一条。
这个比它轻，又轻3公斤，400公克，750公克。
他看到我不舒服，他就。
When my daughter knows that I am not feeling well, she'll come into this room, which is the study room, and kneel down to pray to the Buddha. She'll say, "Buddha, can you take good care of my mom and make her feel less pain?" I think adopting a meat-free diet has inspired my child to be more compassionate and obedient.
Shotoku Corporation of Japan cares about the environment and also cares about the health of its employees. Having been introduced to Tzu Chi's meatless dishes in the past, the company decided to make vegetarian dishes available to some 100 of its employees on a monthly basis. Here's more.
This company in Japan keeps track of its waste production to minimize its carbon footprint per the instruction of its owner, who also cares for his employees' health.
The company is now running a weight loss campaign. This is for the sake of everyone's health.
This is why the chef in charge of the company's cafeteria is developing new dishes.
After doing some research, I found out that vegan protein is better for our health and helps reduce the risk of cancer, so I think we should consume more of it.
Having sampled Tzu Chi's vegetarian dishes in the past, Michiko now turns to Tzu Chi volunteers for advice.
I am unfamiliar with vegetarian ingredients. That's why I have to ask and learn from them in order to develop more dishes.
In the cafeteria, employees are enjoying mapo tofu. They don't even realize that it is meatless.
I love mapo tofu. This vegetarian version tastes very good.
We meet triathlon coach Chen Shaozhang at the end of the show. Despite suffering from a stroke and poor vision in his right eye, Chen still remained firm in his decision to nurture more young athletes. Recently, his team of athletes won 2 gold and 1 silver medals at the 2015 Hong Kong ASTC Sprint Triathlon Asian Cup. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for watching DaAi Headlines. Goodbye.